Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm out here over in Japan still. It's Friday afternoon, about 4:20 in the afternoon, and I want to talk about the decision making and the lack of decision making, and just share my experience with that. And if you agree, great. You can leave a comment if whenever you do see the video. I'm quite sure it'll be sometime soon. And I'm a huge fan of Napoleon Hill, and in one of his books, I kind of captured some of the things that they were talking about. And one of those things, I might have mentioned in an earlier share. Those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. The leaders in every walk of life decide quickly and firmly. That is the major reason why they are leaders. The world has the habit of making room for the man or woman whose words and actions show that he or she knows where they would like to go. We're all going somewhere. It's what vehicle are we going to take in this decision making process? It has to start somewhere. It's got to start from either if you were going back to school, enrolling in school, if you wanted to take up a particular trade or hobby, you would be able to do that as well. And it has to start from somewhere. It has to have a desire and a commitment to get started. It's the motivation that's going to keep you going. And so on the other side of the decisiveness, we have indecisiveness. And indecisiveness starts early in life. Actually, from what we're looking at here, Napoleon Hill has shared in one of his books, that many books that I have. Indecision is a habit usually that begins in your youth. The habit takes on permanency as the youth grows and goes through graded school, high school, or even through college without a definite purpose. The major weakness of all educational systems is that they neither teach or encourage the habit of definite decision. And so I'm not sure about where you are with that decision making. I think we're looking for, when we make a decision, to guarantee the result that we're looking for, and it's risky, and but it's also risky not making a decision, and then with that risk can come some real blessings. So the risk should always the risk that you take, the educated risk after you've done your homework, should be something that you're going to be able to grow through. In life, as a life coach, as a dad, worked for corporate America, own my own business, did real estate, network marketing, a whole bunch of business models. And what I find fascinating with all of them is that in their own right, in their own perspective, you can be as successful as you would like to be. Is what you make it. The creative part is that when you work for someone, they don't really care about your creativity. They only care about your production, which means if you're working from 8 to 5 or whatever, you have a certain quota, a certain thing to get done in that period of time. Then that's what they're looking at. I've had the experience of working with companies, and I'm feeling that I have my net worth with them, and they appreciate me being there and all that cool stuff. But at the end of the day, I found out that in a corporate environment, they kind of put you in I hate to say it, a cubicle box, whatever you want to call it, put you in a category and say, this is what we're willing to pay you based on your services. I remember a great man that I've listened to, God rest his soul, Jim Rohn, had stated how he came to his Mr. Rolfe, I think it was his name. But anyway, he had came to him saying, I'm 20 something years old. I'm a married man. I have 2 children. I'm college educated, and he was saying, like, it was a money issue that he had address this with his mentor. And so the mentor responded to him, and he asked him a very pointed question. Are they paying people more than what they're paying you? Jim said, yeah, they're paying you more. So it's not the company that we have to work on, it's you that we have to work on. Because, you're saying to me that, if they have the ability to pay other people at greater salaries and doing similar jobs, I mean, I'm quite sure the money should justify the salary, but at the same resolve, they do have the money to pay you more. So we don't need to be working on the company. We need to be working on you. So I'm sharing that to say that, it's you should know your numbers. You should know what you're worth. You should know your value, and it's important for all of us to do that because either you create that or you'll be given one, and that's what you have to live with. And so that's always not always conducive. And recently they just bumped some minimum wage up to $20 an hour, which I think is pretty darn good. And that's just indicative of time change. And then it's like, oh, how are we going to pay these people? Well, if your company is making a profit, and many of them are, most of them are, if that's going to lead to other things, that's going to lead to more automation, more people on hand, and so that's telling me as an individual, even though I'm out of the job market, but I'm not out of the creating market, and that's why I'm doing this today, because I want to keep creating. I want to keep bringing value to life. I am grateful to be here, and I'm grateful that you're here. But just so I can stay on track about the decisiveness versus indecisiveness, and why you or I need to decide something, and you or I needs to decide at some point, sooner rather than later, this is what I want to do. If you're younger, you got your whole life ahead of you. There's so many things you can do, but we all were younger. This beard that you're looking at was once black, all over. The head was black, and now it's gray. But I still want to. I still want to contribute. My wife and I was in a discussion about, being productive and everything. And I mean, she goes out to work every day, and I'm home, creating this business and doing this and making videos for all you great people out there. And hopefully you'll like and share it one day. I want to thank her for that. Thank my family for supporting me, because a lot of times, being productive, it's a certain thing that you say, well, I'm being productive, you can do anything in life, but you're also going to be held to some point of accountability. So the decision making to do something is predicated sometimes, on, what you see others doing, what you see the next person doing or not doing. And so I'm at a point now I can, create my life any way I want to. I can just take the resources that I have and just kind of go in like that and relax. But we had this conversation about we really have to check ourselves on our motivation, because after discussing some stuff with my wife Angelique, she pointed out, and I had to agree that I'm not like zero sum liability. I am bringing some stuff to the table. It's just that in my mind, I wanted to be more, but I got to be grateful for what God has already blessed me with, and so that's where you start. You also start with gratitude, but back to the decision making it's like I think the decision making is predicated on what do you want or what do you visualize, and your needs too, because at 30. Your needs going to be one thing, but at 60 they're going to be something different, because you can spend at 30 with all the resources and create a very financially blessed life, and then when you're 60, you have all that financial blessing, you're going to have to put back in there, because you overdid it, and now your health is not as good as it would you like to be. So everything starts from the decision, and also it's the information. And it's you need to your environment and all those things lead into information, their results and their programming, and there's so many things. But either way, I have to make a decision on how I want to live my life. What do I want to bring to the table? And as we create this life that we're living, thank God that we have that ability, and God separates the man or woman from creatures, animals, because we have the ability to make choices, and we can be anything we want to be. If you're a cat, cats like what they like, dogs like what they like, because they're animals and they're good with it. But the indecisiveness of sometimes us as humans is baffling to the fact that you can be anything. So sometimes we choose just to be mediocre, which is cool. You want to just float and get by. That's nice. That's still your decision. And here's the thing about the indecision: with the indecision, it creates a lot of hesitation. You waste a lot of times, and it's one of the things I read in my personal development journey is about regret. When I don't make the decision, and I look back over my life and I say, wow, if I would have made that decision 5 or 6 years ago, I might look at where I'd be at. And I've gone down that road before, but in reality, I'm where I'm at because those are the decisions I made to get to where I'm at. It's not anyone's fault. Nothing stopped me. Nothing prevented me. I just had to, you have to have the willingness and the commitment to, first make a decision. But the indecisiveness leads into, a lot of, you start playing it safe, and so you play it safe. You'll have a whole life of being safe, and you won't have very much to show for it playing it safe. Believe me. There's a time. It's a time on this road of life that we're going to get to, whether you want to or not. And you may be at the end of the road, let's say, and you don't want to have the regret conversation with yourself or your family. I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. Because as my good friend, I've never met him, but he's been an inspiration. So is Les Brown. And he came along that time, and he's still out there. Les, I hope you're doing well, and everybody else. So Mr. Jim Rohn had stated in one of his talks about, he was talking about discipline and regret. Discipline weighs ounces, regrets weigh tons. Because imagine if you look over your life and you, in hindsight, you look back 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever you want to look back, and you say to yourself, had I made that decision when it was on my mind and I had all of the desire and commitment to, who knows where I could be today. So, whatever decision you make, go for it. That's the moral in all of this. And because decisions going to be made with or without your permission, the results do count. They do matter, and we're all we got, and that's real talk with all of that. And so this journey that we're on, and that we're blessed to be on, I practice keeping an open mind and trying to doing my best to be of service, because my focus of what I want to bring to the table is to help as many people as possible who want to help themselves and lead the world better than how I found it. That's my focus on my business, is to serve and to help. Hopefully and prayerfully, we'll get a chance to work together on some projects in the future. I'm going to keep doing my YouTube videos, listening to all these amazing people and practicing a little bit, and just keep going and keeping my life as simple and be grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful for where you're at, because it's not easy. Some tough things can happen along this road of life that can kind of wrinkle your decision making. So I'm hoping wherever you're at that you got the support you need, you got the help that you need, you got the people in your life that's going to make the process, of getting to the next part of whatever you're going through better. Because it's either you've gone through a storm, in a storm, or getting ready to go through a storm. Wherever you're at. just whatever decision you make, do your best to feel good about it, and do it with a service mentality, and great things can happen. It really can. Out of nothing and nowhere, a miracle can happen. It really can, because it's always possible with the God that we serve, and what I practice. And I do say that because some of us do not believe in those types of things, which is good, but I certainly do. I certainly believe that I don't do this thing by myself, and there's a lot of favor that happens to me every day, and I'm just grateful for that. I'm grateful for you being here, and wherever you're at, stay blessed, and be the best possible version you can of yourself. And bye for now. And that completes my share of this video, and I thank you so much. Namaste.